I went and looked at that original deal that didn't work out, and you know, the guy called me back and said, you know, the owners was 3 people who owned it together, and that relationship didn't quite work out. It was another quad. And somebody broke into the house and, you know, stole the copper, and now everybody's kind of all bent out of shape now. And he says, you know, somebody lowballed an offer. He says, but I know this, and I kind of like you, so come over here and check it out. So I went back and I started taking a look at it, and then I was walking through the house then, you know, and I remember walking through the house back in, I don't know, maybe it was May, and now, you know, walking through it 2 days ago, and I was like, wow, you know, the things that I see now that I didn't see then, or, you know, the possibilities and potentials that I see now, you know, I just wouldn't have been able to look at it with the same eyes.
But she's still learning. I'm still learning after almost 16 years.
Oh, me too.
You know, every day we learn something. But what is so powerful is that she's on to number 2. She's on to becoming financially free, financially independent, and to completely changing her life, her husband's life, and everything. But her confidence and her state of well-being right now, from one transaction or elevated to levels, I can't bring her back down now. She's on her way. So give her another huge round of applause.
I have a question, Debbie. What did your rehab? You had rehab estimates at $50,000. What did you end up actually? What your costs were?
Interesting. You should ask that because I was going through all my receipts last night. I actually came in. Well,
42?
no, I just want to knock on something. Is this what? I actually came in under the 50, and I'm using a little bit of that money as my carrying while I am waiting to get it occupied. And I just spent, you know, a few dollars buying some staging stuff. I did my own staging. Yeah. Obviously not as good as you would do, Priscilla, but hey, you know, I'm working on the budget here.
It's okay.
Well, what is fascinating is that Debbie, with her, what is my computer doing?
We did it last time. It's going down.
It's going down. With her job as a contractor.
I'm the technical project manager of IT, so I just kind of put those same skills to work.
And she managed very, very large government projects and very, very large government contracts. But one of the things that also did, being analytical, is it paralyzed her at times. Because she wanted to analyze, and there were many times I'm like, Debbie, just stop, just do it, jump in, just keep going, you just gotta do it, But what if I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it? You know, jump, go. And she did. And so, thank you so much. And congratulations.
I have a question.
Okay. While I'm doing this, they're gonna ask you questions.
Okay, sure. So did you have the down payment money, and then how did you fund the deal, and did
you're using somebody else to fund it, you use your own money from your 401k, the loan has to be to, not to you or not to your LLC, but it has to be to your 401k, and your 401k has to take first step. It was just a cluster. I mean, I was in the middle of it, and it was just not working out. So
yeah, but you didn't think you were going to get approved by that hard money lender, and you told him you were new.
I did.
And it was your first transaction.
I absolutely did.
And he approved her.
Yeah.
He approved her based on.
Yeah, Tammy said I talk too much, but you know, I'm from the, you know, background checks, blah blah blah. I just feel like everybody's gonna find out whatever it is. So I just throw it out on the table. If you don't like it, you know, walk away. So
my question is,
yes,
you went to you said LootNet?
Yes, I did.
That's a resource.
Yes, I went there looking for a commercial because I really believe in having multi-unit properties.
And you went and you put an offer on a property and got accepted, but you did not have your money lined up. You went to your hard money lender after the fact?
I sure did.
And so you just put it out there, and they gave you a certain amount of time to close, so that means you had a window to find the money.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the fear factor and what made you just step out there and do that. And I guess you might have some clauses to get out of the deal in case you didn't come up with the money.
You know what made me step out there was I was tired of hearing myself saying that I'm going to do it, and that I've been sitting in these chairs for years. I Whatever. You know, I've taken a lot of, you know, those courses. I paid, you know, if I had all that money back of all these courses I spent, that could have been the down payment. You know, I listened to a lot of people who were, you know, gurus, who some of them are not even in business anymore. And, you know, I had them take me down different paths that I didn't necessarily believe in, but I, you know, believed that they knew more than I did. And when I started this year, I started my company. I called it IIM Investments, and that stands for Invest in Me. And I was deciding that I was going to invest in myself. Yeah, I was deciding I was going to invest in myself. I was not going to give anybody more credit than I was going to give myself, and I was going to get this done.
Debbie, how many days before closing were we and we still didn't have the money?
A couple days.
Wow.
You guys hear that? We were within a couple days of settlement and the funding was still not there.
Did the deposit go hard?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think she was going through?
But you know what? I had, as Tammy threw out my business in the street, I had fired my boss. And so, you know, it was like, either I do this or I go back and I, you know, sit back in my desk in that cubicle that I just couldn't go back into.
Did
Do
you
you
have to
think
make a
that she was willing to crawl back to her cubicle?
No.
Did you have to
No.
make a deposit on the initial?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
So that was your personal money, I guess.
So we had a very, what I call coming to Jesus talk. Actually, we had quite a few of them. And it's called
Jesus
the laws.
was in there all the time.
it's called the laws of attraction.
Yeah.
The secret.
And I said you have got to stop thinking that it's not going to happen and start thinking that it is going to happen. And have trust and faith, whether you guys believe in it or not. It will happen.
Yeah,
It
it did.
didn't happen.
It sure did.
The investment you got, the hard money, was that for the total amount?
It wasn't hard money. We brought in private money, matter of fact, the all cash.
Yeah.
1 day before settlement.
So now, you're holding this as a long-term note?
I am. So right now I got 150. I had to pay some money out. Somebody brought the money to me, and I had to pay some of that out. So I didn't start with 150. I'm down already, you know, several thousands of dollars. It's a private investor. I'm paying them really good interest on it, and I've got it for 6 months. So I've got 3 more months that I need to get this.
With the right to extend it.
I do. I have the right to extend it with a higher interest rate. But I am working to get it occupied. I've already talked to that person who I told you I called, who didn't know me from Adam. I went back to him, called him up one day, and I said, hey, I know you don't know me, but you really hooked me up, and I really want to talk to you more. Can I buy you lunch? And he said, sure. And I went over and I had lunch with him. My God, he gave me an electrician, which I actually used. He gave me plumbers. He gave me all sorts of things. He talked about the area. He even gave me some community banks that he said would be more than happy to refi me out as soon as I got a couple of leases, and I didn't even have to be fully occupied. He just, you know, he just helped me. And I sent him an email, you know, about a week later after I still kind of digest the fact of how much he gave me. And it was, you know, it was the most heartfelt thank you. I was like, you know, thank you so much. You know, most people wouldn't take that kind of time and blah, blah, blah. You know what he said? You're not my competition. There's plenty here for all of us.
That's right.
And to finish this up, Debbie, you what if this thing to death?
Yes, I'm still doing it.
You know, what if this? What if that? What if this happens? What if that happens? What are we gonna do about this?
And it did.
But didn't it all
A lot
happen?
of the warriors happened, but
Yeah, but it happened. It all came together. The money came together. The financing will come together. She doesn't know where it's gonna come from yet. Is that okay?
One more question.
sure.
When the private money came in, did you get paid out or you still have your skin in the game?
I still have skin in the game.
Her skin's in the game every day of her life on this thing.
No, I mean the money.
It's still there.
Okay.
I'm writing a check
Yeah, I'm just.
this week to pay the property taxes on it because that wasn't included in there. You know, 6 months worth of property taxes is due January something. I'm paying it December 30th so that I can count it for this year's taxes, and and pulling me right out of my pocket.
But step by step, the transaction comes to fruition. So all those worries, what if, how do I get the funding, how do I do this, how do I refinance it out, how am I gonna do this, where am I gonna find the contractors? We lost our electrician, or she lost the electrician, how in the world do I find the electrician? Even after it was rehabbed and she still found an issue, had to call the electrician back. And she did it all on her own.
Everybody's got one of these.
Yep, no excuses. Yeah, winners take action and losers don't.
Are you considering
Your form that you use for your private money,
Yes.
is there, can you send me the rough copy?
Yes, I can. These are from my attorney.
You say you're still trying to fill the place up. Are
Yes.
you considering 8A?
So this week I
mean,
went
not
on
8A,
Go
what is it?
Section 8.
Section 8, yeah.
Yes, I
Section
went on Go Section 8. It's about 22 miles away from Fort Lee, so I went on the military base website, listed it there. It's on Craigslist. I ordered a big, new, bright, apparently I was not as out there as I should have. Had this white sign with, black lettering, and Tammy and the realtor, everybody said, why you got this little, you need something bright.
20
whatever."
by 30, fluorescent pink,
Yeah,
or
so
red.
I got some big red sign that just showed up last night. I'm on my way to the mailbox to pick it up, and I'm going down to Richmond on Monday and put the sucker up, and I'm gonna, start knocking on doors and start putting feelers out saying, hey, if you bring me somebody, I'll bring you something.
Have you started like blasting on your social media websites and stuff?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm IT and I hate social media. But I'm getting. It's not the future. It's now. It's here. I know this. But to tell you the honest God truth, I know that I can do that, and I'll get to that. My biggest thing was just to get me going, and
She's testing right now. She's literally testing the waters to see. She's never done this before. But social
I've
media
never rehabbed,
is.
so this
Well,
is my
if you send
first
information,
deal.
we'll be gladly to post it in our office too and mark it.
Oh, thank you. But this is my first deal. This is my first rehab. This is my first
Oh,
multi-unit.
It was.
Okay, this was my first
It's a success
deal.
story.
Yeah, but I mean, I did everything, and I pulled this trigger, and I didn't talk to my family too much about it because I did not want them to hear. What the hell are you doing? My brother was like, he said, "Babe, I'm scared to death for you." I said, "I appreciate that." Shh.
Here she is. This is her HUD 1. Actually, her HUD 1 that she used to buy it. Pretty darn cool. Alright, this is a multi-unit. This is the biggest commission that I have received to date as an investor agent. This is a big multi-unit property that we have down south. Currently worth 1.3, bought it 3 years ago for $775 as the agent, which we just simply disclosed that I was an agent. I didn't act as an agent. I just disclosed I was an agent on the transaction. I got a commission of $23,250, acquisition fee of $32,000. I walked away from the table with $55,250. That was 3 years ago. I didn't have to act as an agent. Do you guys hear that? Just being an agent, I disclosed it, and I was able to get my commission on that. So very, very cool tools by being an agent. As I said, this is the only investor agent program of its kind. Our investor agents currently are buying and selling 10 properties a year. They are making more profit in commission than the average realtor. Why? Because they are investor agents. They educate in themselves consistently to be better. We are a part of a unique and diverse educated team. Notice that we keep saying the word educated, 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 because that's what it takes. You can never educate yourself enough. These investor agents understand that real life, real world, real estate investing happens, right, Deb?
Yes.
You get thrown curveballs. Yes, but are you still standing?
I am.
Yes. Are you still a little butterflied in your stomach because the building is still vacant and there's not a resident there yet?
Absolutely.
But is it going to get occupied?
It will.
Absolutely. An active investor in the market. She's out there. They're doing it. They're making things happen. They're seeing deals. They're learning the market. They're on top of their game. They're not afraid to fail. Uh-oh. There goes the power cord.
I have a question.
We're having technology issues. And we're able to build long-term relationships. Question?
You said you did not have to act as an agent, you just had to disclose you were an agent, you got the commission. That
Yes.
means that you found a property as an investor, you weren't trying to sell the property as an agent, you just told them, you found a property as an investor, you wanted to let them know you were an agent. And that's all you had to do, and at settlement, you got an agent fee as if you were representing the property, is that correct?
Correct. As an agent and in real estate as a whole, God bless you, the name of the game in this business is disclose, disclose, disclose. Even if you are acquiring an asset, whether it be a single family or whatever it may be, you just simply need to disclose, it doesn't have to be a big deal, that you are an investor agent. Clint, can I get your help, please? It's not coming
I
on.
have an important question.
Yep.
Okay, I've already got this project under contract, so if I went ahead and got my real estate license before we closed, would
No.
I get the?
You already have it under contract.
Oh, dang. I didn't realize how much money I was losing here.
All that's gotta be disclosed and put in writing before the contract is ratified. Yeah, absolutely. Is it too hot?
It needs to cool down before it will power up again.
Vicki, would you go out and get our LCD projector, please? All right, let's take a 5-minute stretch break while we're dealing with another
I have another
technology.
quick question.
Yes.
That's important.
Okay.
So how do you being an investor agent affect your relationships with other realtors who may or may not give you deals?
How-
Like we're in a position now, we're not agents, so we have to build relationships with realtors to give us deals. But if we become an investor agent, are they less likely to
Not
share
really.
that information?
No.
Or do
You,
you,
yeah, money's money, but you now have more credibility, you have more integrity, you're a licensed professional, you're playing in a different sandbox.
That's what we want to do, but we're trying to be
Credibility goes way up, you're now insured, you speak a different language, they have a lot more respect for you, listen to you more likely to
Yes.
question I wanted to ask, even though we're part of this whole setting,
All right, let's take just a quick
I'm starting to
now, wait a minute, you got
before I get into training programs I have. Talking to you lady, a couple $1,000.
Right there.
Yeah, just when it's right there, people will say,
That's what it is, that's observation. Even as a wholesaler,
Is that the complex?
I have my license, I'm an official agent's office. Wholesaling is still part of it. It's not everything. But it opens, I have my license, it opens the door for wholesale. Right? Because you see it,
Okay, I'm saying, how do you get into that area? You got 95?
Agent has a network.
Well, I live down there.
You're already part of the team.
Okay. Okay,
If you're part of the team and mix around compared to being an investor that's not part of it. With the transaction,
that's my daughter.
it's growing up.
Okay,
Um,
left, okay, okay.
But as I have questions, I'm trying to put things together right now. I'm learning a lot, but from an investor's point of view, because agents, I'm teaching what's
Alright, everybody has your break. I know you are excited to get out of here and go for some deals. Take your seats. Please pardon our little technology issues. Is anybody in the room pumped up and excited after hearing about Debbie's success?
Yes.
Yes. Go Debbie. No, go you. Go you. Because you can do it. One of the things that Debbie did, she knew what she wanted. She invested in herself tremendously through membership at District RIA, through attending all the different types of educational classes, figuring out what it was she wanted to focus on. She knew she wanted to focus on multi-unit. So she came on that journey with me. Went through my coaching program 2 years ago. Still took her a little bit of time. Is that right or wrong? No, she just wasn't ready yet. Okay, and now you heard her say she knew she had to do something. And so all it takes is action. That's all it takes, is you taking action. You've got to be able to build long-term relationships. This entire business, every aspect of this business, if there's one thing I've learned over 16 years, is that it is all about relationships in this business. Everything is. Our investor agents know how to work the numbers now. They know how to present the deals, sell the deals. They know how to qualify the investors and the buyers for their homes. How many of you have ever rehabbed a home, put it on the market to sell, but did not know how to qualify the end buyer? Anybody ever been through that? I have. Okay, anybody ever had that end buyer go under contract and then have the deal fall through because that buyer wasn't qualified? I have. Okay, we're going to share with you how to know how to qualify the buyer, how to ask the key questions to qualify this person, even if there's another agent involved. You're the seller. You have the right to know who the buyer is, to qualify them. How do you find motivated investors as a wholesaler? How do you market to them? We're going to provide you with the tools and resources. Next Stage Realty is embarking on a massive social media campaign in the new year for the investor agents. We know that the day and the time of the age is online technology, marketing online, doing business online, and that is where we are headed. We're not stuck in the hard copy paper ages. We are on the forefront, cutting edge. We are next age. We're going into the next stage. How do you quick turn a property? This is Angela Williams again. Another investor agent sale, 3622 Dixon Street, Temple Hills. $125,000 purchase price, $7,500 commission. I think Sid told me this took her a couple weeks to do. She walked away with $3,750 as the agent on that transaction. There's the HUD 1. Closed on July the 20th. And really, really exciting. This girl, how many transactions, Anisha, has she closed this year?
She's closed, I think, at least 10 transactions.
At least 10 transactions.
10, so she's doing at least minimum of a deal a month.
Wow, fantastic. And I know she's on to really big things next year. Your success is guaranteed if you take action, guys, and do the things that we ask you to do. We have students in all of our meetings. We have students in all of our programs, and by them taking action, they do succeed. And so, obviously, the choice is up to you.
I have a question.
Yes.
How much does Next Day, what's their percentage?
I'll bring Sid up when we get ready to talk through that. Just hold that question. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Just a quote to sit with. You need to change your life in order to change the current state that you're living in or that you're thinking in. We're here to help you get there. A lifetime student invests in their education. They seek betterment in their life. They have an abundant mindset. They empower others by sharing their knowledge instead of holding it in, no, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. They're always in a state of can I. Anybody know what can I stands for? Take a stab at it.
Can I do it?
Constant and never-ending improvement. Always on a quest for constant and never-ending improvement. Oh, I wrote it at the bottom. Ah, you guys didn't get it. It's right there at the bottom.
We just didn't want to steal your thunder.
Appreciate it, Steve. Thank you. What are the 5 pillars of success, guys? As we said, it's action. You've got to take action. We have the documents, the knowledge, the education, the resources, the experience, the blueprints for achieving the consistent results. Proven success. Yes, we have made mistakes along the way. Yes, we have had to do contingency plans to get ourselves out of it, but we have shared in immense success. Sometimes the best deal is the deal you don't do. You walk away from. Instead of being desperate and I have to have a deal. I have to be able to stand up and say I have that deal. Sometimes the best ones are the ones you walk away from. Sometimes the ones that you thought you should have walked away from, you shouldn't have walked away from. But you were too scared and fear was holding you hostage. Gotta take action. It's all about the process, the systems, the structure, the automation, and the team. Guys, that's really it. There's a process to doing this. There's systems to making it happen, step by step. There is a structure in which we bring it all together and make it happen. It's automated. Why? So it can be duplicated, so that you're working on your business, not in your business. You don't fire your employer to step into another job. It's about becoming financially independent, financially wealthy, and financially free, not rich. It's not what this is about. It takes time. And you have to surround yourself with a team. Your team's not going to be built overnight. Your team's going to change hands. You're going to have different members. Different people come into your lifetime for a moment, or a day, or a year, or a season. You need to be able to start earning the profits and commissions now. You can implement all of these tested and proven techniques for success. You can put an extra $10,000 into your pocket. Anybody want an extra $3,550, $5,550, $7,500? These commission splits I was just showing you on the HUD ones, $10,000. Anybody want that in their pocket in the new year? If these girls and these guys can do it, obviously, so can you. Dealmakers Academy. 6 months of comprehensive education and training, whether you are new, whether you are experienced, whether you're an investor, or whether you're an agent. We will be doing 3 two-day live in-person coaching. We will spend an entire 2 days on one of the following, on either wholesaling, fixing and flipping, raising private money, how to buy and hold, how to deal with property management and asset management, asset protection, how to do creative financing, zero down deals, how to put your marketing in place, the systems in place. All of these types of things we're going to be spending 2 full days, just like you've spent today.